Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the eve of modern industry. I'm your host, Kelvin, where we have a cascading fuel crisis. Zero. Thankfully, there's at least a fuel truck getting here. And there is, I think, no fuel in any of the other stations. The oil field refueler, yeah, it's basically gone. And everywhere else is currently in the midst of its cascade. I'm assuming, like, I usually do have a fueling station here, which, if I could ever remember where it is, I assume should be the only one that actually is managing to maintain its fuel level. Do I have a fueling station out here? Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, wow, that's actually terrifyingly low. Either way, that needs to be dealt with immediately. A cascading fuel crisis is a disaster. Yeah, has a oil trailer. 55 kilometers an hour, can do six tons each. That'll work. Okay. I'm gonna get 2 here, and I think I'm gonna grab an emergency 2 here. It's always convenient when the random little crises happen at the right time for me to actually get some content. Because here's the thing, a lot of these crises, they're very small, very minor little things that I just have to do a couple things to take care of. So it's not really worth recording an episode for. It's like, oh yeah, we have a cascading fuel crisis. Quick, dispatch some emergency, fuel trucks. Go. Fairly simple, actually, to deal with. But it's one of those things like, if I don't deal with this immediately, I'm going to die. Because, yeah, cascading fuel crisis. It is not something you ever really want to be dealing with. There it is. God, that thing is so well hidden. Importantly, I'm not doing wait until unloaded or anything, because I'm still using these free gas stations. Which, it might behoove me to stop doing at this point, because the volumes of vehicles here are getting high enough where it is quickly becoming an actual issue. And it might be time to upgrade our yeah, there's a line forming here now. Go. Alright, I hope that's good enough. But yeah, so we'll add that to the list of shit that needs to be taken care of in short order. There's a lot. There's always a lot. And I feel like I have something I need to pay attention to over here at this moment as well. Hey, what's up with you? I have a little mental note in my head. It's like, hey, do something about this. 114,000. Oh, yes, I know what now. Okay. I remember. This is the last load of coal that I need delivered. For 3 more open hoppers? Just barely. Wow. Okay, perfect. Glad I grabbed those before they became any more expensive. So, the reason I'm stocking 3 there, and then need to remember to actually get this train back, is because that's all the cargo cars I need. So I can basically stop selling to NATO and start directing 3 trains worth to the Soviet customs house. That said, if I can remember where, there we are. Still getting a little lost on my map. Okay. Train depot should be around here somewhere. Yep. Okay, it's set to go to depot. We will need to deploy you. Yeah, because this thing still has a couple of excess of these small hopper cars. So we'll have to deal with that. Yeah, these other ones are doing 500 tons of coal a load. It's pretty good. Breakdown. 0.254, that's fine, right? You good? Better be. You better be. Alright. Just try and keep the gas flowing. Okay, good. Oh no, this is the truck refueling trucks refueling, which is... Honestly, it's good that they're getting refueled. Because if those run out of fuel, we're in real fucking deep shit. That's a game over, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm just trying to desperately keep everything refueled. I don't really care about, you know, anything else. Just keep fuel flowing. I mean, just enough. Alright, there's the one with the small ones. Perfect. You hit the depot on your way back. I need to readjust you. Machine replacement in progress? That's fine. Okay. Anyway, it's 5th of January. And remember, modern industry research. Just go all in on it. I want it ASAP. While I do my train management here. So, take off these 4. Erase from line. Instead, you are just going to go to this customs house. I could make it take a load of coal, but I'm not going to. It'll be slightly faster without it, and I don't really care about getting more NATO bucks at this point. I might consider setting up a dedicated train for it later, but... yeah. Load vehicles. And then return to the train depot. Good. Alright. Garbage okay here? Yep. At least I hope it is. Yeah, the mines can always produce a concerningly large amount of garbage. Like, the reason I have 2 things here is because I might need a second waste train at some point, which is terrifying. I kind of like jokingly noted that one of 3 major customs houses I'm hooked up to will eventually just become a waste export customs house. And there's truth to it. There's truth to it. Alright. But yeah, so I'm hoping this is solving our fuel crisis. I just need to keep a closer eye on it, just to make sure that's still zeroed. How are we doing over here? Okay, we've got fuel. That's good. If we, the more fuel we can just kind of get in the trucks, like the fewer in general cars there will be trying to like refuel. It's one of the game's many, I guess you could call them feedback loops. Or once a few cars start running out of fuel, it becomes what I described before as a cascading fuel crisis. And it needs to be dealt with quickly. Like, I was, at that point, it didn't seem like it was so bad. That's just because I caught it. And you know how I caught it? Because my entire republic collapsed in 2 months and I reloaded a save. That's how. Because that just happens if you're not paying close enough attention to your fucking goddamn gas stations. No rhyme or warning. All of a sudden, oh, everyone's out of fuel. Could put some chain signals so the trains keep the customs maybe. I could. The correct way of doing it, I think, is actually just moving the semaphores back, though. Like, if I move the semaphores back here, I think that far away should be fine. Like, unfortunately, this is where I plan to put, like, the highway through later, but, you know. That should help. Yeah, okay. I think you're done. You've done your duty. I need a probably larger distribution office, or even two. Like, it might be a good idea for me to start, like, pulling in some oil in her bedding. You know? And distributing it from there. But yeah, it's pretty clear that our gas network is going to need an upgrade. The system can no longer handle the volume of trucks that we have, and that's perfectly fine. Woof. Alright. So, with that in mind, put, I think here. Oh, I need a free excavator. Unfortunately, right now, and one of the things I think that helped cause this cascading fuel crisis is we're in the middle of a giant oil field upgrade. As a general economics rule, I try not to let any one good be, 50% or more of my total export volume, just in case. This is kind of limited just how big I could build the oil field because, the other industry we had was the LIC. And now that the LIC isn't the only one, now we have a coal core as well, then congratulations to us. Also, I started building out the track line to connect up the steel mill here. And also the power plant when we get there. And I got us our first firefighting helicopter. Luckily, you don't actually need firefighters in here, although you do need fuel. Well, that's a problem. You do need fuel. Did I not assign you to the distribution office? Or possibly I did not. Quite possibly. It might just be a better idea to not do that anyway, because you're really far away. And we're in a fuel crisis, so... we'll delete the gas station. And you can just unload your fuel here. You can even do wait until unloaded, and then you're used. Perfect. So that will let our helicopter actually have some fuel. I put it here because it'll be close to the river. But the helicopter only has, I think, like an auto detect for fire radius of like a couple kilometers. So I had to place it basically at the closest water source to the oil field. So I couldn't put it like over here like I'd originally mused. This is pretty much the best spot for it. This will dramatically cut down on problems I face out here on the oil patch. Yeah. It's a pretty dramatic expansion, actually. Damn. So yeah, there's a lot of construction effort and being used right now. It's also why I've got so much debt. Because would you believe that this is a lot of steel for all these pipelines? Oh, sweet paver. Sweet, sweet asphalt paper. Train is waiting too long. What's up? That's because you're waiting. Ah, yes. Yes, this would make sense. I see. I made an error in my rail network. Yes. There we go. I finally brought on the central hub here. Okay, you should not wait until loaded at the living cargo station. Yeah, I'm trying to bring the railway distribution office back online and actually use it. So I've set up the central warehouse for clothes, food, and everything else, and I'm hoping that that will work. We're still trying to get it sorted, and I hope no one's starved as a result. Not yet, anyway. The railway office managed to keep it together for now. Yeah. So we're finally bringing this thing back up and running. Which is good. Did you ever return? You did. Perfect. Okay. So you are going to flip over here, or actually, no. Delete. So just replace with this customs house. Delete. Although honestly, set to line. Okay. Start. And presumably at some point, there it is. The other coal train. We're about to have 3 coal trains running the export line straight to the USSR. Perfect. That's what I like to see. Much work is getting done. Unfortunately, I had to do these really ugly bridges because I could not modify the train enough. So, Pyramid Bridge. I fucking hate doing that. But at some point, I'd have to accept I cannot simply conquer nature, despite being communist. Alright, we're almost to modern industry, 73%. Good. Like I said, just all professors work it. Screw teaching. Develop me modern industry. It's the most important thing. Okay. Set line. Go. Wait until unloaded. Yeah, wait until loaded. Yeah. Trip changes. Good. Should be fine, but just to be sure. Alright, so I now have 3 export trains of 500 tons of coal each that are now starting. I am going to be real interested to see what the export report for February says. You know? I'm assuming the export report for this month is absolutely awful on coal. Stolen 132,000. As opposed to, 248,000. Yeah, okay, the LIC had a shutdown for sure due to the previous issues. It happens at any point in time. Yikes. Okay. So, the amount of coal I am exporting is terrifying. I love it. And that somehow that's just going to be even more now. That's just going to be even more coal now. I mean, look at this. We've already exported 500 tons of coal. Hey. Yeah. So no, that's good. We've... Alright. As I was saying, though, I need to solve the fuel crisis properly, which unfortunately requires at least a couple distribution centers, I think. Just small ones should be fine. Do I have... Alright, I have excavators. Good. But yeah, I've put a temporary patchwork solution in place, but I can't leave it there, you know? I'm not allowed to leave it there. I understand the damage that would be caused if I did. But, like I say, at least for now we have fuel, so I can get away with it. Good. Keep building. Stop production. Just momentary lapse of workers. It's fine. Honestly, I should probably just turn off that warning. It's kind of just expected every now and again that will shut down, unfortunately. Look at that. We might actually not be full on coal constantly now. If we can believe it. Yeah, soon I'm gonna need another coal train or another passenger train for the coals. Yeah. I like it. What do you mean you're full? God damn. We have it's alright, it's 1 week into February. We have already put 3 loads of coal to the border. Oh. Nice. This is why I'm expanding the oil field, by the way. Look at this shit. Oh, I need more oil in my industrial mix. Because, yep. We've kind of also expanded as far the oil field to the edge here. So this is as far as this is going to end up going, I think. It, still got a lot more. Goes all the way back here even. I don't know how much of it we'll end up exploiting, but it's not bad. How much oil am I making right now, you know? Like, if I go to my domestic production. Let's just do last month as an example. So, 2,560. That's not bad. 2,560 divided by 31. That's 82 tons of oil per day. Not bad. I would describe that as we are at 1/3 the production before this expansion to fuel our own oil refinery. You know, I'm going to aim to actually reach, 250 tons of oil before I do an oil refinery. That's the goal anyway. Probably end up putting the oil refinery here. It'd be easy to pipe it out this way. Because I'm going to need to pipe out a lot of excess fuel and bitumen. Importantly, once I have an oil refinery and have my own source of fuel, that's going to cut probably one of my bigger exports. I mean imports. Yeah, fuel's pretty bad. It doesn't help that most of our, if you ever actually look at the fuel efficiency on the early vehicles, they're pretty terrible. They're pretty terrible. But that's okay. Yeah. God. I can't wait for our steel mill. And I no longer have to import steel for construction. Someday. Someday we will have it. Speaking of someday having it. Okay, I missed the notice. Probably because it was mixing with a bunch of other weird shit. Yeah, research program finished. System happiness too low? What's going on? Let me check in. It's reconstruction issues. Fair enough, carry on. Very good. Alright, that's fine. So, modern industry is finally upon us. First thing I'm building is a modern coal power plant, or first thing I'm planning, rather. I'm probably not building it. Will be the modern coal power plant next to the steel mill. Right, here it is, right? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that, as I expected, that road's just kind of in the way. So let's deal with that. I will need that road, unfortunately, so I'll have to put it back. What do you mean it need flat terrain? Where's the red dot? Oh, it's in the back there. Okay, I see. Try and just raise this ground back here. Enough that it'll actually let me just do it with the building tool. on, really? There we are. I don't want to put it that far forward, but it'll do. There we are. Alright, planned out 1 coal power plant. It should be... Woof. Apparently, there's a massive descent there. That's a problem. Maybe not, though. Not too steep of a descent if I do this. Perfect. Alright. Not bad. That will be handled. And also need to make sure that I set up an aggregate. When I did this, I guess I used the wrong conveyor. Oops, one moment. Because I should have used this conveyor. There. Yeah, that gives me those now. Which, if I can just find the right place for... What infrastructure? This one. There we go. I just had to click it. There. I need to angle it properly to make sure this road can come out and it's easy to access. And unfortunately, I was going to say, we're going to make sure we can get through there. Yeah, then that's just happened. So hang on, I need to delete this. Stupid industrial core. Place it like this. Alright. And then theoretically, apparently too steep of an incline. Really? Goddamn. It's just a pile of terrain modification. Bring it down. There. And I'm worried about actually getting through here, but no, we're good. Perfect. That said, sever both of these for now, because I don't actually want them built. You come back around there. Perfect. Alright, not bad. Goddamn, I'm not making as much money as I expect to be. Last month, 80,000 in steel. Need to get chemicals as well. There's a lot that needs to get sorted. Alright, but we still got that planned out, which is great. Okay, these got built, good. Which means we can get the LIC over here set up. LIC number 2. So the clothing and fabric factories are normal. I think we have enough alcohol, so I actually want to do 2 food factories. Alright. How do I want to do this? I think conventional wisdom says that the warehouse I used last time unfortunately won't scale up anymore. I do need a new modern warehouse that is larger. Unsubby thing anyone's ever said. Given the amount we export and how it's one of our primary exports, we actually do. Given my concerns about our food supply, I think it's very founded. I just want to check here. Did we last month even export any food? No. There's a solid chance that we may need to import food soon, which is really bad. So, yeah, make of that what you will. Anyway, vodka is more precious than water. All right. So yeah, we're gonna need, I think, a pair of food factories. How do I want to connect this up? Like, how much am I putting in this LIC? That is a very good question. You know? It's a very good question. I think to some extent, scaling it up is probably a very good idea. Every 10 years, thanks to 5-year plans screwing over the economy. Yeah, 5-year plans are really short-sighted, unfortunately. You know? And apparently that just didn't connect up. Admittedly, I just assumed I wasn't going to be able to get a manual connection. Unfortunately, also wherever this is covering. There we are. Don't have many excavators out here, so it takes a little bit of time. So that's going to be 2 food factories. Yeah. Whoa. Ooh. God, the frame rate really does not like me doing this. Okay, there is no way I'm getting this working like that, so I think I need to adjust the location of this food factory. Yeah. Need some work. I'm trying to like maximize the amount of like light industry buildings I can hook up to this, and it's gonna be weird. I think it doesn't matter if it ends up hooking up to that one. It should be fine. I think this should work. Unfortunately, it's just I have to move an entire goddamn cliff up here. Come on. Almost there. There we go. Alright. I'm not gonna lie here. I think I have enough room for a second set of clothes? Question mark. and like maybe even a pair of distilleries. Like I think this can be a level 2, like a double core. Although no, hold on. Just because I can put all of that on doesn't mean I can also then put on the... Although... Doing it like this, I do have an advantage. I need to remember to use that. Right. And that is, if they're all hooked in like this, I don't actually have to have them be able to feed into each other. So let's make sure we got some space there. I might move this food factory back a bit further, actually. Really try and give myself some more space. There was a lot of min-maxing going on here. Oh boy. Oh, damn it. Not what I wanted at all. I want it back further. As far as I can push it. Unfortunately, I might not be back very far. But we'll see. Yeah, there we go. I'm talking about Labens from Expansion Eastward here. We are the Labens from. We're Poland. Yeah, we just gotta keep flattening out this damn riverbank. This gives me a lot more space to work with. Okay. Alright. So then we have the train station here. I need to still fit in, ideally, 2 fabric factories. Which, again, seems like it should be relatively easy. Less living space, more factory space, yeah. This needs to be closer. This needs to be closer. Come on. I can do better than that. Maybe I can't. Alright. That is the best I get. Yep. Alright. Put that there. And with any luck, because yeah, the distillery I remembered being very small. Perfect. Well, look at that, everyone. And we still have enough room, I'm pretty sure, here for a train station. God, I hope so. Shouldn't be a problem, but let's find out. Final piece. How far of a station length can I go for? I mean, the 91 meters is probably enough. 83 even. Is probably more than enough. I think I operate with sub 80 meter trains generally. Although there's no way this is gonna work. Problem is, I was thinking about train stations, yeah, like this one that has a connection on the end like that. Yeah. Too small. This would work. Part of the problem is because this is annoyingly close. Yeah, okay. Okay. Alright, railway connection too close, yada yada yada. Oh. Sorry, it's too close to the road intersection. Bonk. Also, damn it, this is a wood-based railway. Don't do that. Every time I reload, it defaults back to wood-based railways. As the default selection. And I've got to remember to unselect that every time, or it's going to be a problem. Hold on, I did this wrong as hell. Now, unfortunately, there's a road there, so it will be a little bit awkward. Because ideally, that's where I would put my little switch. But, best I can do. Connect those there. That's more correct. Alright. Now, there is one final challenge I have, and it's not too bad, but also not the worst. Or, not too bad, but also not easy either. And that is connecting up the cableway in such a way that all of the people in question will be able to reach their workplace. Got the cableway coming in over here, so it's pretty likely we'll set up it like this. Yeah. So let me look here. Alright. So I think the obvious answer is gonna have to be a pedestrian underpass. Probably too close, unfortunately. Or maybe not close enough. Yeah. If I put it like right here, it's probably perfect. Yep. Yep. Because, yeah, this can just hook into this. I mean, even, yeah, like, this entire side can just be reached off of that alone. So we're definitely just going to need to bring the pedestrian tunnel like so. shockingly. Yeah, it's 262 meters. It's not too bad. Yeah, 262 meters we can do. It might require some paving over here. It might require some paving. We'll see, though. For now, let's actually sever this connection. And do these road connections. Okay. Oh yeah, wait, that's also probably why I couldn't connect to anything. Okay. So that's not bad at all, then. I think I probably save a decent bit. Yeah. If I do that, this has to have a separate connection to reach here. Otherwise it just won't work. This can't get built. We'll do that. Do that. And how are we doing? So far, not bad. So far, not bad. I'm gonna be real here. This doesn't need to be any more than gravel. Shit, okay, good. They're all hooked in. Except this. This one, unfortunately, calls for a little more. Question is if I can make it happen at all. Oh no. That's also, for some reason, that looks like it's not connected. So that's slightly out of reach. Okay. What's my strategy to deal with that? I mean, it worked for Korea, after all. North Korea puts most of its industrial centers on the border. Okay. I think I've just gotta cut down the underground time. There's no other way. So I think we'll just have to dig a second pedestrian tunnel. Although this one might be harder to do, because this would go underneath the fabric factories, which I was explicitly trying to avoid. Well, it looks like it's okay. And if I do that, yeah, then it's no problem. Okay. That is kind of perfect then. Yeah. I'm assuming gravel all this road and be fine. Alright. Perfect. Shockingly so, actually. Like, this is a well-planned out and well-built center. I'm very pleased with my work today. I guess I'm not technically done yet. There is one more thing that I cannot forget. which is that the cableway does need to be connected. And since this is realistic, the cableway is incredibly finicky. So we just gotta make sure it all's well. Holy shit, did it just actually? Fuck. I was worried that was gonna be way more work to get that kind of shit done, but nope. We did it, boys. We have a double-sized light industrial core. Alright, what are the odds I even need this gravel at this point? What if I just made that mud? I guess this still needs to be connected, but still. I just want to find out. Then it can apparently get nowhere. Although to be fair, I think there's at least a few issues. Given this thing thinks it can't even get to any of the other buildings either. So, shit, right, the cable way is in the way, technically, for that. Just like that, there, and there. Perfect. Alright. Got one planned out. Honestly, not that long. Because I want to remind you, this is right next to the border. Like, there is pretty much zero travel time, and we have a fully equipped industrial office here. So, like, actually not that long, I don't think, for this to get built. That is nice, yeah. Then, unfortunately, there's also the matter of the city. The city will also take time to build, but that's okay. How are we doing here? We are managing to export all of our coal, so that's good. We're making money. How's our centers here? Oh, yeah. Overwhelmed building oil infrastructure, fair enough. So, yeah. Continued a lot of graveling work out here as well, trying to improve the infrastructure here. To better support our growing oil patch. Soon this stuff should come online. That will also help us earn some more money. And then someday, who knows, maybe we'll actually start up this coal power plant and steel mill. Well, I know we built out the iron core a little bit. Just a little bit, though. Just what everyone called it. Fair enough. I forgot one final thing over here, didn't I? You need to be connected up to a waste train. Just making sure that was possible. Because, good lord, we're not disposing of waste. Like, via truck or from from a mine. I don't care if I'm only running this mine at half capacity. But yeah. So yeah, the iron core is ready to be built. We have actually multiple projects in our pipeline right now, and it's good. You know? Like, I'm holding off on building the iron core, understandably, because we are a little overwhelmed with things as they are. But once the oil patch expansion's done, the iron core's next. And that'll be good. than this entire thing over here. So, large residential building. I do get prefab panels next year. Is it worth me waiting for that? Realistically, I'm going to go with yes. And I say that because, holy crap, there's going to be a lot. The Dnipro flats I kind of want, but Jesus Christ, they're going to be so expensive until I have my own steel supply. I technically could get my own brick supply at this point. That would actually make building these flats a lot cheaper. You know? Maybe we use bricks. Maybe I build brick. Say yes to the industrial Legos. Oof. Alright, let's make a little junction here to finish off the episode since it's already been going for nearly a goddamn hour. Actually, there's only one load spot, so fair enough. We'll have to get that sorted as well, alongside many others. Hey, you know what this steel mill also will need? Not only is it going to need... Actually, I'm kind of worried about the room here now. Not only is it going to need an open storage... I was expecting to be able to find open storages here, but okay. Not only is it going to need an open storage, and like a decent one at that. Arguably, I would say it needs 2, maybe. We'll see. Well, apparently this is going to be a bitch to connect, isn't it? It's going to require some terrain work. Yeah, I'm kind of worried I built myself into a corner, actually, because one of the other things I want to be able to put here is a mechanical components factory. Which I should be able to. Just need flat terrain. Yeah, that power plant causes some problems. That pathway disappeared because, yeah, I was gonna say, there's like some pretty nasty elevation issues here. Alright, this episode's been going on for long enough. Probably gonna have to fuck around with this for a while to get it to play nice, but I can probably do it. You know, technically this road isn't required. I can route it back around here. There's always ways. Yeah. That buys me a little more space. Alright. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been Everly Scaled, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.